very warm welcome to APSC bro. In this video we are going to do the previous year questions of environment. We have done our video on economics. Today we are going to do the same on environment. All the questions that have been asked at least from 2011 onwards, we are going to do the important questions out of that and solve them. Okay, let us go to the first question. The maximum number of individuals that can be supported by a given environment is called. It was asked in 2020. The options are carrying capacity, population size, biotic potential, environmental resistance. It's a very easy question. The correct answer is the carrying capacity. Okay. Next question. Which of the following protocols and conventions is dedicated for protecting biodiversity from the potential risk caused by the living modified organisms in bracket LMO from modern tech? Okay. Protocols and environments are one of the most important topics of environmental studies. Okay, you'll get a lot of questions in UPSC and even in APSC. You will get questions from these protocols and conventions. In this question, we are not going to discuss all the conventions and protocols. We are going to do a separate video on that for sure. Today, we are going to discuss the 4 options that has been given here. Okay, let us understand the first convention, the Cartagena Protocol. This is also known as the Convention on Biological Diversity. It was in 2000. Okay, it deals with the movement of LMOs, living modified organisms, resulting from modern technology, from one nation to another. So, what does Cartagena deals with? It deals with the movement of LMO. This is very important. Okay, it deals with the movement of LMO from one country to another. Okay. Next, just okay. Next protocol is the Nagoya Protocol. Okay, Nagoya Protocol is supplementary to the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity. So UNCBD convention, it is a supplementary to that Nagoya Protocol. It deals on the access to genetic resources and their fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from their utilization. So what does Nagoya Protocol deals with? It deals with whatever genetic resources or any benefit that is arising out of genetic research that is equitably distributed among the countries. One or two countries or one entity should not benefit out of it. The entire globe, the entire humanity should get benefit out of it. So that the Nagoya Protocol deals with. Okay. Next protocol is the Bonn Convention. Okay, this is very important. What does it deal with? It deals with the conservation of migratory species. So all the migratory birds that comes to northeast, to Assam, etc., their conservation, right? For example, that is under Bonn Convention. So it deals with any kind of migratory species. It can be birds, it can be animals, anything. Okay, it came into force in 1983 and it was under the aegis of United Nations Environment Program, UNEP. Okay, so this is Bonn Convention. Next convention, just a second. Next convention is the Vienna Convention. So it came into force in 1988, right? And what does it deals with? It deals with the protection of ozone layer. Now this is very important. And this convention has been universally ratified in 2009. All the conventions that are related to ozone layer are very important. This is your homework. Please go through the conventions dealing with the ozone layer. So Vienna Convention, it deals with the protection of ozone layer. There is a convention dealing with the substances that affects the ozone layer. So there are different conventions. This one, it deals with the protection of ozone layer. So what will be your correct answer? What has been asked? It is asking the protocol or convention which is dedicated to the protecting biodiversity from potential risk caused by LMO. Which convention was dealing with LMO? It is the Cartagena Protocol. Okay. Next question. Which of the following is a non-material pollution? Now, what is a non-material pollution? We know pollution is being caused, air pollution, noise pollution, everything. Now when I say material pollution, what does it mean? If there is a pollution that is caused by material, now suppose air pollution. Now, how is air pollution caused? If hazardous gas is injected into the air, right? If there is a mixing of hazardous gas, or if there is mixing of particles like dust particle, fly ash, cement particles, then that is called air pollution. Now see, this pollution is caused by some material. Either it can be a gas or it can be any dust particle, right? So this is material pollution. So air pollution cannot be an answer. How is water pollution caused? Whenever there is some harmful chemicals or harmful liquid mixing into the water, or any solid particles getting mixed with water, that is called air pollution, water pollution. So in this case also, you see, the pollution is caused by material. So water pollution is also not a non-material pollution, it is a material pollution. Soil pollution. Now soil pollution is caused, suppose there is a plastic waste, yes, we are dumping garbage into the soil, so that causes soil pollution. So again, this is a material kind of pollution. However, so soil pollution cannot be answered. However, thermal pollution is caused due to transfer of heat, right? So heat is a form of energy, it is not a material. Now suppose we mix boiler water into the boiled water into water body. Okay, what will happen? The heat from the boiled water will transfer into the water body. Or suppose there is any other form, in any other way, you are heating the water bodies or the air. So that causes a change in environmental temperature. Now that is called a thermal pollution. So the correct answer to this will be thermal pollution, because here the pollution is caused by heat, transfer of heat, which is not a material thing. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Next, the two UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Assam. First thing, World Heritage Sites are designated by UNESCO. That is one question. How many World Heritage Sites are there in Assam? Two. What are those? These are Kaziranga National Park and the Manas National Park. So this is very important question. Next question. Again, this is asked in 2020. All species of lemur are endemic too. Now, to answer this question, you have to understand what is endemic. Now, endemic species are the plants and animal species that are found in a particular geographical region and nowhere else in the world. Okay. If there is a species which is found only in one particular place, that species, it can be a plant or it can be an animal, that species is then called endemic to that particular place. Okay. Some species are endemic to a continent, like kangaroo is endemic to Australia, right? Because it is found only in Australia. So kangaroo is endemic to Australia. Or it can be endemic to an island. Usually endemic you get in island because there's a isolated geographical location. So we understand now what is endemic. Next we have to understand what is lemur. So this is what a lemur looks like. Okay. So lemur is endemic to Madagascar. This GK type of trivia type of question, GK trivia. Okay. Next question. Among the marine ecosystems, the most species rich ecosystem is. Species rich ecosystem is that the number of species is more. So we are dealing with the number. Okay. Whenever the species, number of species in the ecosystem is more, that ecosystem will be called species rich ecosystem. The options are mangrove, coral reefs, open water, none of the above. The correct answer is B, coral reefs, and this is one of the most common questions. You will get that it is being repeatedly asked in both APSC and UPSC. Okay. So this is one question. Next question. How many hotspots are presently there in the world? Such hotspots means biodiversity hotspot. What we have discussed before, no? It is designated by UNESCO. Yes. How many of them are there in the world? The correct answer is 36. Okay, so there are 36 biodiversity hotspots in the world. Now there will be a further question, how many of them are in India and what are those? So in India we have 4 number of biodiversity hotspots. Okay, 4. What are those? The Himalayas, the Western Ghats, the Indo-Burma region and the Sundaland region. Sundaland region is near the Nicobar group of islands. Okay, now what is a biological biodiversity hotspot? Where you have many number of species in a same location, and out of that there are particular numbers, like that this many numbers has to be endemic to the region. So there are certain criterias, but summaringly or thulmulke kobole hole, place where the number of species are very diverse, many number of species of plants and animals are there, and they have endemic species also, those are called biodiversity hotspots. So there are 4 in India. Next, in which year Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary was elevated to a national park status? The year is 1974. Okay. Now you have to first understand Kaziranga National Park. First, it was called a reserve forest in 1908. Then it was designated as a game in 1916. Game is somewhere where they get hunt. So the Britishers use it as a game sanctuary. Sorry, where they can come and hunt the animals. Okay. Next, it was elevated to the status of wildlife sanctuary in 1950 and to national park status in 1974, and it was designated as UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985. Okay, so this is one thing you have to understand. You have to also know the same things for Manas National Park also. When was it designated as a national park? When was it designated as a World Heritage Site? Yes, so these things you have to know for Manas National Park also, and all other national parks of Assam. How many national parks are there in Assam? When are they elevated to the status of national park? These are important questions. Okay. Next question. Sorry. If the Arctic ice is replaced by dense forest, it will, option A, it will decelerate global warming. It may or may not affect global warming. It will accelerate global warming, or it will not have any effect on global warming. Now, the general perception is that forests are good for environment. So they are asking you a tricky question here. They are asking you, if the entire Arctic ice is replaced by dense forest, what it will cause? First perception is, it is being replaced by a forest, so it will be good for environment. So it will decelerate global warming. Decelerate means to reduce the global warming. So probable answer is A. No. See, this Arctic ice, what does it? It is white in color, so it reflects the sun rays, right? But if it is replaced by dense forest, which is darker green in color, what it will start absorbing more sunlight. So it will start causing absorption of sunlight, that is sun heat, will result in increasing warming. So actually what it will happen is that it will accelerate global warming. Okay, so the correct answer is C. It will accelerate global warming. Okay. Whenever you are replacing one ecosystem with another ecosystem, you are ultimately affecting the balance of nature. Okay, and whenever there will be a change in balance in nature, it will always cause problems. Okay, even if it, you by your common sense you feel that the answer should be A, but no. Whenever you are going to change the balance of nature, you are actually going to do harm. So the options will always be like that only. It will accelerate global warming, it is going to cause pollution or something like that. Okay, so these are the questions from which important questions which we have picked up from the previous year question papers. We'll be doing more questions on environment. We'll be discussing more topics. Stay tuned to our channel, like and subscribe the channel, support us, share our links with your friends and families who are pursuing civil services. Thank you so much.